Hello everyone, this is Dragon King here, and today I'm talking about Game of Thrones. Now, why I have the risk of Game of Thrones? I'm a fan of it, and my favorite household is House Stark. Now, if you've seen the Season 8 Episode 3 movie, well, not movie, the TV show, I suggest you know what's happening now. However, if you haven't, then don't watch this video. Go on HBO now and watch it, so you get updated about what's happening. Don't want to be a spoiler, but there are going to be spoilers. Okay. As we know what happened in the North, they had an epic battle against the army of the dead. They won against the Night King. However, they lost a lot of Dothrakis and Unsullies, and a lot of people in the House Land and House Stark. Now, hang on. Oh, where is he? I don't know if he's still alive, but let's hope he is, for her sake. Now, we know that the Queen, has an army. We also know that she has an army that her army is much bigger than it was before, thanks for the Golden Company. And if you're asking why I'm using one of these, sorry about the lying, hang on. Here we go. It's dark out tonight. Anyway. Well, the slave kingdom was, well, I forgot their name, but anyway, I think they were called the Harpies. Anyway, the Harpies were a mighty empire of slaves. They used slaves for everything. They were very profitable, and that profit gone to the Golden Company. However, thanks for Targaryens, they lost everything. So now they're helping the Queen. So I'm using the army to represent the Golden Company. And this will I'll get later on for what I think will happen. Now, right now they suffer major losses because of the battle. Not just that, 3 people were killed in the battle. These wolves will represent each people who were killed. The leader of the Bear Island, the little girl who went down like a boss, I must admit, taking down that undead giant. Eric Killjoy, I think. Or Leon Killjoy? Yeah, I think that's what we call. And then that poor guy who was with the iPads, who brought back many times, but died fighting the saving story, Arya. Anyway, as we know, Arya did an Assassin's Creed move on killing that Night King and winning the war. But unfortunately, this is their situation. I roughly estimate that they have this many soldiers left. These 2 dragons, well, I think you can all guess what they represent. The 2 dragons that the Dragon Queen has. Now, my best guess of what might happen, she won't send any of her armies into battle. No, I suggest she might do a defense tactics. As her father trained as this man, her father, taught her warfares. I don't think he would teach her anything that could get him killed. I think she'll hold her army and the armies she gained to hold a defense line in King's Landing. It makes sense. King's Landing is a perfect way of defending from. The city's big, it's a perfect way of covering a whole army, and there's a lot of people there. Now, if it was open battle, the dragons would be useful in the fight. They could take out the enemy's cavalry and infantry, but I hardly doubt the Queen would be that easy. No. So I hardly doubt that. I bet you $20 she'll hold up in the defenses in King's Landing. And I don't think she'll just do that. Now, you're wondering about these people here? Or why I used this Risk Army? Well, we all know about her former husband, the one who passed away, who weren't the real father of her kids. Anyway, these people this army represent the citizens living in King's Landing. Now, as a military man, there it is. I wanted this thing so to use the army that she currently had and the army that she got from the Golden Company. My best guess So try to force all citizens to enlist in the armies. Any men who are old enough or able enough to wield weapons into battle. I best so use them as an increase of military force and numbers. If she does that, this fight will become more bloodier than the one we saw in Wintertown. Yes, I think so. But there's a problem. The army they're down with, I hardly doubt they'll have a winning chance. The only way is to use her dragons. That could cause the killing of a lot of enemy soldiers, but it would also involve murdering innocent people, and worse, they may also set up some anti-dragon defense systems. You know, in the ending of Season 8, Episode 3, you know what I thought of her? Now, we all know who she is, so this is what I thought was going to happen to her. When she said she was going to be ready, she was going to die before the sun rise in Winterfell, I thought she was going to do something, I don't know, gone out like a boss or something kind or heroic instead of, well, if you saw it, then I don't know what to call it. It was weak, it was not weak, I don't know what it was. It was beyond weak. Anyway, I was hoping she would use her magic to bring back a lot of the soldiers, like she did to Jon Snow, as you've seen when he was murdered. I was hoping she would use her magic to bring back everyone who was killed in that battle, and it would involve surpassing the limits of her and using the magic of her necklace that kept her young to, help out. So after she died, she could have at least helped out getting the army, but no, she had to do that. Anyway, so this is the situation. She's dead, and now they're down with this. Now, I don't know about the Lannisters. Her brother is loyal to the queen, but her other brother, I don't know about him. He may have fought them beside the army against the army of the dead, but now there's the war between the Iron Throne, so it's hard to tell. And yet there's still this many people still alive in this fight. But I don't know about the army status. Now, as a military man, well, now truly I know some battlefields and strategy and tactics. There's some things you need in a siege battle. One, for defenders, you need good defending grounds, perfect defenses, easy way to supply your army, and well-angled for your military attacks. King's Landing is all of those things combined. Water area allows perfect trade routes. The water location allows perfect trade routes to get more supplies, and I bet the city may be filled with a lot of stores area. Perfect fortified positioning, and it's impossible. Now, as for the attackers, they need twice so many armies. They need twice so many numbers they have to try to take over that city. Taking over defending area. But that won't be easy. First, they have to try to regain the armies they lost in that battle in Winterfell, and that won't be easy as well. Then they have to try to figure out a way of taking over that city. Now, if I was them, I would think of, starving them out, but with the whole sea area, and worse, the hill droids, the grey droids, who are allies with them, naval fleet, I wouldn't be surprised if it's impossible for them to block off the area. And seizing it, well, like I said, you need a lot more soldiers, and such from how badly that battle was, I don't think anyone would have that many soldiers available in this fight. So this is one or two things that could happen. They could find some troops to recruit, and if there might be luck, if Lady Luck is still on their side, an army from a fallen kingdoms, or someone who sent an army out to help them, can give them enough troops to help them take over King's Landing. To be honest, out of every episode I've seen, including the Season 8, Episode 3, I'm going to be honest. This battle may be the biggest, bloodiest, brutalest, and horriblest battle we may see yet. I mean, like all the horror movies released into one world. Like that type of horror. And I think it might also involve another episode showing how badly this battle will be. But yeah, that's my opinion. If she has a full stock of her army, plus the allies of the Golden Company, and if she forced all citizens to enlist in the armies, I fear they may have one bloody fight. Now, like I said, I'm rooting for the Starks, but this might be. But let's just hope they have allies and someone comes to help them. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I think about Game of Thrones. Like I said, this battle might become bloody, so, Anyway, while we're on topic, I have some news. Now, as you know, I talked about in my last video that was launched long ago, that I was planning to do a stop motion, gameplay, or an IMCF fight live. But I haven't checked your reviews, so I have this to say. If you think about I should do a stop motion, I have some news. If you're a game fan of Dungeons and Dragons, I have this to tell you. I am going to make a YouTube video of it, except not the good guy side. I mean, I'm not going to make a video saying how brave heroes will march off and defeat the evil monster. No. If you've seen the TV show Overlord, and if you saw how brutal and awesome it was, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a stop motion of that, but much worse. Now, I'm going to give you a little to be honest, I have something to show you. I don't have the villain yet and the armies, or the dungeon, but I'll get them. But first, I want to show you this. The two heroes' armies. Here, let me get them in the bright lighting. This hero set, and look like their previous set before they got those gears and weapons. Anyway, I might use them in a YouTube video for my stop motion, as in the heroes who will first encounter my villain or his victim. So yeah, if you're interested, send a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. This is Dragon King. See you in the front lines.